All right, we're going to clamp a double bowl sink in just a couple of minutes here. And Danny, you've attached 2 nylon blocks.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to see those with all these clamps in the way, but there's 2 nylon blocks right here that are indexers.
Basically, all I do is put a center mark on my sink, because with my clamps on it, you're able to move it sideways. You just don't want, you want to be able to push it back so it's in a straight line all the time.
And you're lined up here on your center line. Okay, so now what do we do?
Basically, all you have to do is put your clamps on. Now, there's certain situations where you're dealing with peninsula tops, island tops, diagonal tops, where you need to clamp more than standard distance into your sink.
Right.
Now, there are lots of ways to clamp your sink. The best way to clamp your sink is the rim of the sink to the deck. You don't create any stress in it.
Okay, as opposed to what, like vacuuming?
Well, any of them. Anything that will cause a stress on the inside deck where it would suck it up into the bowl. The problem
so you're
is
talking bar clamps? You're
bar
talking
clamps,
vacuum clamps?
threaded rods, anything like that. If you change the shape...
Don't get your hand stuck in there.
Okay. The shape of the deck. What happens is if you move that deck on the edge of that, that's what you get right there. No, what happens is you pinch the inside rim in here. You pinch it.
So it actually goes like this?
Yes.
Okay, it goes like this, guys.
And it doesn't have to be much. 45 thousandths will pinch the inside rim of a sink. That will starve your rim on the inside, and what that causes, when you sand it, you'll get a little white thin chalk line that you can run your fingernail across and barely feel.
Okay.
But that's because there was no adhesive there. Because
Right.
you pinched and starved it. Now this clamp works very well. All you have to do is put it into your deck. Let's say you had an island top, this one is a long distance because this is a 30-inch top. I just put a little clamp here to hold it. Now all it takes is a standard bar clamp. And I know some shops that have lots of these. You put this bar clamp...
You don't have a Dani clamp to squeeze that together?
No, I did not design this one. You put the bar clamp in the stamp area, and once you make contact with the clamp, all you need to do is tighten it down 1.5 turns, and you've got perfect clamping pressure on the edge. Okay. Every time. This is a 12-inch clamp. For clamping 1 inch, I triple ring it because it gives you enough clamping pressure at 1 inch for sinks, edges. Make sure you get enough clamping pressure. Now this will go in on the back side because we almost have 12 inches here.
You don't have 12 inches, Danny.
I know that, but maybe 4. Here we go.
On this edge here?
Actually,
or all the way in?
The shorter edges, I use my edge treatment clamp with one of the cove clamps over the top for shorter distance, and then it goes on the front edge, and you can put that right over there, John.
Oh, that's easy enough.
And you got an 8-inch you can stick in a little bit farther.
That's more like it.
Yeah? There
That's
you go.
more like it. That's a little realistic. Yeah, right. Okay. All right.
So, now the advantage is if you've got
Now, wait a minute. I see that this just dropped down. It has the same clamping pressure up here as down there?
Yeah, it is because of the way it is. And what it has is it's just twisted a little bit. It doesn't change at all.
All right.
It's still, you get over here.
I'm just asking. No, I mean, Okay. All right. I'm just asking because I know there's people out there that are saying the same thing.
I know.
Does it really work?
It works. I know that when I used to use a threaded rod that I used to get these little white crack lines in the middle of my sink.
Okay.
After I sanded. And that was from squeezing out too much adhesive from causing the deck to suck up into the bowls.
Okay.
And a lot of times I did a sample piece like that and it wasn't cracked. 3 years later I looked at the same sample piece that was sitting on my shelf. And now it's cracked all the way across after it was clamped. So it cracked 3 years later from when it was actually clamped. So it is, this way. The other advantage to this system is you can get a flashlight, You can look in here and make sure you got squeeze out all the way around.
Okay.
So you don't have any voids.
Okay. Now, how is this different than, dropping a bag of sackweed on top of it? I mean,
Well, the thing is, fabricating solid surface, the most important thing in fabricating solid surface, that your tops are fabricated perfectly level. If your top is not fabricated
perfectly flat, not level.
Level, flat, straight line.
Okay, straight line, right.
Okay, not bubble level. It can be uphill as long as it's a straight line.
Okay.
The thing is, especially if you use the stack layered method and you got a little wave in here, you manufacture stress into that top because your countertop is going to go on level cabinets. And if you've manufactured any wave in there, that's extra weight added right on the
Well,
top.
there's an article that we actually have on our website that's that you wrote somebody wrote it for a magazine about building stress into tops.
Yeah, I did that one on sinks and...
Well worth reading.
And actually, the article, I did a study on how large the crack is on a stress crack is directly related to how much stress was manufactured in that top when you build it.
Okay.